Okay, now let me accentuate the amazing results that can be achieved with the Robinson curriculum with an update on the progress of Dr. Robinson's 6 children educated using the curriculum. You see, when it first came out, he talked about his 2 oldest kids, and they had scored, as I recall, if I recall correctly, I think they scored 1,400 on the old SATs, which were tougher, and they scored 1,500 on the new SAT. So I was curious about, well, the reason I called them, I was curious to find out how the 4 other kids had done. It turns out there's a link on the site that I missed that has an update, so I'm going to tell you about that update. You can find that on the current status page of at the Robinson Curriculum website. So there's a letter by Art Robinson that was in response to a request as to how the children were faring. So here's what he said. Matthew finished calculus at age 14. Well, I didn't get calculus until I went to college, and I went through, I think it was 2 quarters, and I think it was 3/4 of algebra, which I'm glad I had because I really didn't learn in high school. I mean, I had 3/4 of algebra. That's the first thing I learned in college. And then they took us into calculus. Well, here's Matthew, 14 years old, finished calculus at age 14. He's now 16 and working his way quite successfully through our physics program. The physics program is at the level of Caltech freshman physics. Now, if that doesn't mean anything, let me explain that. Caltech is where the cream of the crop go. Caltech doesn't take you unless you're top notch. It's tough. It's one of the higher quality university colleges in the nation. The physics level in the Robinson curriculum, Robinson curriculum, the physics program is at the level of the Caltech freshman physics. I mean, that's unheard of. So it says Matthew is entirely self-taught using the rules in our curriculum. That's Matthew. Zachary has a doctorate in veterinary medicine. Aaron has a BS in chemistry. Noah has a doctorate in chemistry from Caltech. A doctorate in chemistry from Caltech. He got into Caltech, top notch. Bethany is studying for a BS in chemistry, and Joshua is studying for a BS in mathematics. Both Zachary and Noah completed their BS degrees in chemistry. Chemistry is tough. I liked chemistry, the non-organic type. I didn't have a problem with that. When we got to organic chemistry, enough of that. They got their BS degrees in chemistry with only 2 years of college work. Not 4, not 5, with 2 years of college work. Do you see what's going on here? They skipped the first 2 years by means of advanced placement exams. So they got their BS degrees in 2 years. They skipped 2 years by testing out. So think about this. I said it was going to cost you $22,000 to invest in this Robinson curriculum for all the materials you need for grades 1 through 12. For your kids to get into college, $2,000, that's all, for their whole education. These guys skipped 2 years of college. College at Caltech and other high schools, and even not schools that are not so good, people are paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. Let's just use $40,000. They skipped 2 years. That's 2 times $40,000. They did not have to pay. They saved $80,000. So for investment $2,000, you save $80,000 right there. I mean, this is amazing. Going on with Dr. Robinson's letters, all the children have performed outstandingly in their academic work. Noah, he has a doctorate in chemistry from Caltech. Noah has been the most remarkable. When he applied to graduate school, he was told by MIT that he was their top-ranked applicant. Noah's academic record was especially outstanding. Added to this, his GRE scores were 800, 800, and 770. 2 perfect scores and a 99 percentile. Now, in case you don't know, the GRE is a graduate record exam, and Dr. Robbins goes on to say that GRE is a sort of SAT taken by those who aspire to graduate school. And scores this high are very rare. Yeah, 100% and 99 percentile, that is rare. So other than academics, the children are doing quite well by our standards. The world would think differently. Best regards, Art Robinson. Folks, we're being screwed royally by the government education establishment to the tune of $550 billion per year. As slaves on the government plantation, we're already 20 times that amount in just federal government debt alone. So why are we squandering $550 billion per year that we don't have just to prop up another failed government-run institution that produces products functionally subpar and with deficient morals? Getting this initiative on the ballot and passed at the next available election should be a slam dunk, unless you like functionally subpar products with deficient morals. So don't hesitate. Take action now to stop being screwed by the government education establishment. Now, if you just bear with me for another minute, I'd like to remind you of a basic fact you should always keep in mind. You've heard that money is power. That's an absolute truth. The government knows that money is power, and over the years it's been accumulating power over us by incrementally increasing the amount of our personal money that it takes or steals from us. That's why we've become slaves to the government, and the government has become our master. The government's taken our power away from us through taxation. We're forced to use the government schools because the government's taken so much of our money that most of us don't have enough left to pay tuition at alternative schools. Furthermore, this is being done without our consent. There's no such thing in America as consent of the governed. That's a myth. That's a figment of somebody's imagination. There's no such thing. We're powerless. And then to top it off, the education establishment considers anyone who challenges it an unenlightened idiot and says, get lost. Well, I'm tired of being powerless, being a slave. I want my freedom. I want my power back. I want to control my child's education. I don't want my child to be a functional illiterate. I want my child to be able to competently read, write, think, and calculate. Don't you? I sure hope so. It's time. In fact, it's way past time to take our power back. The California Education Tax Relief Act is a significant start toward restoring our Creator-endowed personal power. Let's do it. Okay, well that's it for this initiative. It's time to move on. It's time to move out now. Let's get all of the 1 million petition signatures for this initiative, plus the other 2 initiatives sent in this month. With the Invite Friends feature, this is doable. So take action. Invite your friends and contribute. Your action will be rewarded immensely every year, henceforth. Don't rest until the job is done. And as I've said before, it's rumored that the post office business is off. And I'm sure the Newport Beach postal employees would appreciate your kind support. Let's show them some warmth by flooding their facility with 1 to as much as 3 million pieces of mail over the next few weeks. I'm sure they'll be grateful and thank you profusely. So, thanks for listening, and thanks for the actions you're about to take. Let's roll.